Why, hello there. How are you? Welcome in. I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything beauty, fitness, and lifestyle for the over 50 and over 60 woman. I'm glad you're here today. I'm going to be talking about a topic that's kind of been on you guys' mind mostly. Most of you know, and if you're new here, you don't know this, but I'll fill you in. Most of you know that I started on a health journey a little over a year ago. I was disappointed in myself when I looked in the mirror. I saw a chubby monkey. I did not have any energy. I just was not in good shape. And it was a result of a bunch of different things. I used to be in great shape when I was in my 50s, and then some things happened and I didn't get back on track. And long story short, it all culminated to me having a come to Jesus moment with myself and deciding it's either now or never. And I started on my fitness journey, healthcare journey. If I had known then the extraordinary changes that I would feel and see, I wouldn't have believed it. I really wouldn't have. And one thing that you guys have really brought to mind for me, because I see myself every day, and it's hard to recognize changes when they're so subtle and you see yourself every day and you're not really putting it in perspective to what it used to be like. Mostly what you guys are saying to me now is, oh my gosh, you look so healthy. You look radiant. You look fit, da-da-da-da. Anyway, thank you very much. It's very, very sweet. But it made me start to realize that there are some things that I'm doing kind of behind the scenes that I haven't shared, and I thought I would start sharing them a little bit over time. If you're new here, welcome in. I hope you'll consider subscribing while you're here and make sure you click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And if you want all the good stuff, you might want to sign up for my Sunday morning email newsletter. It comes out every Sunday morning. No surprise there. The link is in the description box down below. Every Sunday morning, I send out a very short, very sweet, very free email newsletter featuring all the cool things I found throughout the week. Maybe it's a great sale or a good piece of information or a recipe that's terrific. Whatever I would share with you if we were out together having coffee, that's what goes in the Sunday morning email newsletter. It truly is the most popular thing about my channel. The link is in the description box down below. Super easy to sign up, super free. I think you're gonna love it. As I mentioned, I started on this healthcare journey, gosh, it's probably been closer to a year and a half now. And things really shifted for me when I met my friend Connie, who is a functional nutritionist. She really put me on the right path. I had started in changing up my diet and doing a little bit more movement, but it wasn't until I met Connie that I really started seeing some good results. She opened my eyes to a lot of things that we're told that maybe aren't necessarily true or they're not applicable now. Anywho, that was really kind of the turning point for me. And what has happened over the course of the last a little bit over a year is that I have just kept adding things to my program and taking things away that I don't feel are really serving me in a health ways. The reason it was so important to me, and I think I finally made that things are going to change decision, is because I'm older. I am 67 and a half now. So I'm 2.5 years from 70. And I didn't want to get in a position where my body was breaking down. I'd fall down, break a hip, end up in the hospital. And of course, that's the beginning of the end. I didn't want that to happen. I wanted to be someone who was fit and really healthy and agile and just enjoying life as I got older. So that was the motivation for me. Maybe it's the motivation for you too. So I have ended up adding a whole lot of things into my life that support my health. And it really has done a lot for me, not only in the fact that I have changed my body composition to having less fat on my body and adding and toning up, more lean muscle, but my energy level is frigging amazing. And I am not kidding you. I feel so good. I don't struggle to get out of bed in the morning. I wake right up. I get right at it. I'm not stiff. Nothing sore. Nothing hurts. I feel better than I felt when I was in my 40s, which is stunning to me. And I keep talking about it with my girlfriends, like I can't even believe how good I feel. My diet in my 40s was not as good as it is now, but I'm truly amazed at the changes that we can make in how we feel. And I think feeling good as you grow older is so very important. So I have added a lot of things to my lifestyle that I'll end up sharing over time, because if I did it all at once, it would be way too overwhelming and it would seem like it was a lot. But here's the thing. When you start with changes a little bit over time and keep it slow and comfortable, it becomes really easy. And one thing I can say about myself is I'm a heat-seeking missile for fun. I don't like to be uncomfortable. I don't like to not have fun. I like to have fun and I like to feel good. So I really don't do things that make me feel stressed or pressured or super uncomfortable. It's just not what I choose to do. I choose to enjoy my life. So when I add things in, I make sure I'm comfortable with it. I make sure I'm ready. So this morning, I'm going to talk about 3 things, and I freaking love all of them. Like love all of them. Actually, 3.5 things. I think. And I just wanted to tell you how I've implemented them, how I use it, what I feel like it's done for me physically. And then if it's something that sounds good to you, you might want to give it a whirl. I'm just sharing my experience because I've been so focused on this journey. I feel like I have a little bit of knowledge, or at least boots on the ground experience to share. The first thing that I do in the morning after I've had my coffee. Now, my coffee is crucial to my happiness. I love my coffee time in the morning, and I'll have 2 cups of coffee. Right after I'm done with my coffee, that's when I'm going to start in with some hydration for myself. And what I do is I mix myself a glass of electrolytes. Now, the electrolytes I'm using right now is a company called Ultima, and I really do like them. The one that tastes better, in my opinion, is called Element, but I seem to only be able to use just a little bit of that, or it upsets my stomach. This I can use a little bit more and I'm fine. So I'll take a scoop of this plus a little bit of Redmond salt, and I'll mix it into a glass of water that I use from my reverse osmosis machine. And I'll talk about that at another time. Now you're probably wondering, Kimberly, why are you adding salt in? I live in a very hot, very humid environment. Plus I'm outside walking the dog. I'm outside kayaking, I'm outside hiking. I sweat a lot because of where I live and the activities that I participate in. So I add a little bit of salt. Now, if you're not familiar with Redmond, you might want to look it up. This is the salt of choice for the people that I follow, that I really respect their opinion on True Health. So look it up. I'll have everything linked down below, and nothing here is sponsored. This is all stuff that I buy on my own, and no one knows I'm doing this video. So this is just stuff that I use on a daily basis. So I'll mix this little drink up and I'll start sipping on this. Now, if I'm going to be going kayaking in the morning, I'll put this in my travel drink bottle and take it along with me. I might add a little bit more water or a little bit more sun tea. So this, at least a glass of this, is how I start my day. The next incredible find is something you may not have heard about. I think I only started hearing about this about 2 years ago, although apparently it's been around for 50 years. I did not know that. This is carbon 60 or C60. Have you heard about this? It was new to me, and it was actually someone that I follow started talking about C60. This is an amazing supplement, and I really do love it. I started in with it about, I think it's been about 2.5 months now. So it hasn't been long-term for me yet, but what I will share in just a few minutes is the results that I've seen, or the changes that I've seen in my body. Now you're probably asking, what is C60 or carbon 60? It is apparently, from the research that I've done, the most known powerful antioxidant available. I have heard specialists say that they feel it's 100 times more powerful than something like vitamin C, which is really, really significant in my book because we live in such an incredibly toxic environment between the air and the water and the food and the stuff that's sprayed on the soil. It just is so much more challenging for our bodies now than it used to be. And the more you look into it, the more disturbing it gets. And I won't go into it today because it's kind of a bummer. But what I have decided is that I'm really going to focus on my health and keeping my body as healthy as possible so that I can fight off all those toxins in our environment. And if you look around us, you can see the results of it. We just don't look as healthy as we used to look 30, 40, 50 years ago. I mean, when you think about what adults looked like in the 60s and 70s, and you compare that to what they look like today, I think we can pretty much all agree that we're not moving in the right direction. So that's why I do so much to take care of my health. Now, what does C60 do? C60 is an extremely powerful antioxidant that's going to go into your body and grab those free radicals that are creating damage in your body. It's a powerful, powerful antioxidant. And the cool thing is that it is a standalone function. In other words, it will go around and grab all those little nuisance makers in your body, and then it clears itself out without needing to go into your ATP supplies to clean itself off or to rejuvenate. It is the oxidative stress or free radical damage that ends up showing up as what we call aging. Less energy, creaky joints, painful joints, wrinkles, lax skin, all those things are a result of oxidative stress in our bodies. So as you age, it becomes more and more important to fight off those free radicals. This is what I'm using, and I really actually love it. Now, what has happened for me in the 3 months that I've been using it? What I primarily notice is an incredible increase in my energy. I feel so much more energetic. Now, I did some research and read reviews from people who are using C60 to find out what was happening with them so I could talk with you guys about that. What I have learned is a lot of people feel excess energy. Their body seems to work and function better. There have been stories of ocular improvement. In other words, an improvement in ocular health and eyesight. I have not seen that. What I have seen is a difference in my energy level. A lot of people as well talk about a clarity and a focus, which would make sense because if you're really dealing with those free radicals and that oxidative stress, then you're going to have more clarity because you don't have that gumming up your thought process and the synapses that help you think clearly. I don't know that I can say that I have a whole lot more clarity. I felt pretty good when I started this in that department, although I'm wondering if I stopped taking it, if I would notice it. Now, I definitely have noticed a tremendous change in my energy level. So that has been fantastic. What I do is I just take this and I have a little teaspoon right here. And what I do is I pour it into a little cup because I don't trust myself to get it into my mouth without spilling some, and I don't want to do that. So what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and I take a teaspoon in the morning. I put it in my little cup. I drink that. And then just take a little drink of my electrolyte drink mix. It doesn't really have any taste, and they have different formulas on the website. This one is made with MCT coconut oil. However, I think I'm going to get the olive oil mixture next time. I think it comes in olive oil, MCT oil, and there's one other. It might be coconut oil. I can't remember. I think I'm going to get the olive oil next because one of the people that I listened to who talked about C60 said that you can actually add more of the C60 into olive oil because of the olive oil content. So I think I might move on to that. Now, there have been studies on C60 for wrinkles and fine lines and lax skin. I think it's a big deal in Japan. I have not tried it on my skin at all, but I do know that this company, the company name is Purple Power, has just come out with a skincare line, and I think they're sending it to me. I did contact them, and I do have a discount code for this if you guys want to try it. And once the skincare gets to me, I'll go ahead and let you guys know. Then I'll use the skincare for a few months, and we can talk about it. In addition, I think the CEO of C60 Purple Power, who designed the skincare line, she's a gal, probably not as old as me. I think she's probably in her, late 40s. She designed the skincare line. I think I might end up doing an interview with her because I want to find out more about it. One of the things that impressed me about the skincare line that she's put together with C60 is that she included copper peptides in it. From my experience, copper peptides have had the most impact on my skin, even more than tretinoin, or what we know as retin A. So I think I want to have an interview with her, and we can ask her a lot of questions about the skincare line and why she put different ingredients in it. So C60 for me has been huge, and I do appreciate the fact that it's really a powerful antioxidant. Anything I can do to support my body through all the toxins that are out there, and that's one of the reasons why we just don't feel that good, because our bodies are constantly having to fight off those toxins. So that's another step that I do in my morning. Now I want to move into something you may have heard about, but I'll tell you, I'm all over it like white on rice. This is fantastic. This is wild oregano oil. Are you using this? If you're not, you really might want to look into it and see if it's a good fit for you. Oregano oil is actually so very, very powerful. Now, is this the same as the oregano in your kitchen? No, this is wild oregano, and it has some different properties. Wild oregano is a natural antibiotic, a natural antifungal, a natural antiviral, a natural antiparasitic, anti-yeast, antiseptic. It really is a very, very powerful little oil. And I'll tell you, if you end up using it, let me give you some tips, because I think I just about gagged myself to death when I first started it because I was using it the wrong way. I thought, oh my gosh, it's drops. I'll just put a couple of drops of this under my tongue in the morning, drink some of my electrolyte drink mix, and I'll be fine. Well, I ended up over the sink just about choking and coughing so hard. This stuff is so strong. If you've ever taken it straight, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I will never do that again. But what I have found is a way to take it that's super, super easy so that I'm taking 3 to 4 drops every single day without fail. So this is the bottle. I ended up getting this just off of Amazon. I found this brand, and you want to make sure, like with the C60, this stuff, you want to get the quality stuff. You don't want to get the less than quality stuff because it's important. You want to make sure it's a good brand. This brand I just got off of Amazon. I'll have it listed down below. So this is what I do. I take another glass, then I take my electrolyte water, and I pour about that much in the second glass. And then I take my oregano oil, and I'll put maybe 3 or 4 drops into this mixture, and I will drink this throughout the morning. Now you might be asking, well, why don't you just add it into your regular electrolyte drink mix? Well, it doesn't taste great. It tastes okay. It's not obnoxious. And when I add it to the electrolyte drink, it's not bad at all. It's much, much milder when you add it into something. And this is a way that I found to be able to use it on a daily basis. Anywhere from 3 to 4 drops is fine. But when you start out, or at least when I started out, I only did 1 to 2 drops. Anytime I start something, I will start it slowly because I know it's going to kick my body into a new function, and I don't want to overwhelm my body. For instance, when I started the C60, I'm using a teaspoon a day now, but I really started with half a teaspoon every other day and then worked up over a few weeks to a teaspoon a day. And I like that method because I don't overwhelm my body, and I feel like it's a slow, nice, gentle way to introduce something into my routine. So this wild oregano oil, if you look it up, particularly on YouTube, you're going to find so many videos telling you this stuff is fabulous. And it really is. One of the things that I appreciate about it is that it really keeps those little bugaboos away, like the colds, the little stuffy noses, the achy joints, and that sort of thing from catching a bug. This is a great little savior from that kind of thing. So far we have the electrolyte drink mix. I add a little bit of salt, then my C60, absolutely love that. My oregano oil, to me, it's absolutely a no-brainer. And then the last thing I want to talk about, and you guys are going to crack up, it's castor oil. And I've been hesitating doing any kind of video on castor oil because it's such a clickbait thing right now, and I just don't really like that kind of clickbait stuff. However, my functional nutritionist, Connie, said to me, oh gosh, it's been maybe 8 or 9 months now. She said, get a castor oil pack and start using that a few nights a week. And I said, what's a castor oil pack? And she said, just go to Queen of Thrones on Amazon and order it. And I said, all right. What I found about Connie is that whatever she says always ends up being true, which it's so comforting to me because I really can listen to her. It doesn't necessarily mean that I do it all right away. Sometimes I'll just like acknowledge that's what she wants me to do. And then it takes me a few weeks and sometimes a couple of months to feel like I'm ready to add something new in. Like I said, I like to have fun. I don't like to feel like my life is a burden, so I'll wait until I'm ready. Now, as far as castor oil, is everything they say about its benefits true? From my experience, yes. It is stunning to me how much I love this castor oil. It really, really is. What Connie told me to do is she said, get a castor oil pack. And that's what this is right here. There are a few important things about castor oil that I want to go into out of the gate. First of all, you want to get organic castor oil and you want it in a glass bottle. You don't want it in a plastic bottle because the castor oil is going to absorb a lot of the ingredients from that plastic and you don't want that. So make sure that you get organic castor oil in a bottle. And I'll tell you, I love this stuff so very much. This one, I believe, is from the Queen of Thrones. Yeah, it is. And so is the castor oil pack. And I'm going to show this to you, but you're going to think, oh my gosh, that's disgusting. But the fact is that I absolutely love it. So this is my castor oil pack. And you can see that it is absolutely drenched in castor oil. I love it that way. It's almost for me like a cast iron pan that's been well seasoned. You know how that feels, and you don't ever put soap on it. You just rinse it out with hot water and it has that lovely, finish on it that nothing sticks to it. That's what my castor oil pack is like for me. I don't wash mine. And I know on Queen of Thrones, her YouTube channel, she does have a couple videos on how to wash it. I don't want to wash mine. I might wash it in a few more months just because of sweat and that sort of thing. But I love the fact that the castor oil has completely absorbed into this whole thing. And what you do at night is you pour about a tablespoon into this and kind of mush it around together, and then you put it on your midsection, particularly focused on the right-hand side because that's where your liver is. And then you use these little strings to tie it on and you sleep with it on, which is what I do probably, I'd say 4 to 5 nights a week. There are some nights that I go to bed and I just don't feel like it or I'm too tired. So definitely probably 4 to 5 nights a week. And I absolutely love, love, love this. Here's the interesting thing about when I use my castor oil pack. When I'm walking into the bathroom to get my castor oil out and my pack out, my body just it almost feels like muscle testing or something. My body just loves it. It is so soothing. It feels so good. And I sleep so well when I have my castor oil pack on. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, You love the Castor Oil Pack. What exactly does it do? You might know castor oil as being really good for bowel health. Maybe your mom gave it to you when you were a little girl when you were constipated. That's definitely one of the uses that we are all familiar with, and it really will help with your bowel movements and your digestive health. But it does so much more than that. What I'll do in the evening is that I'll pour my tablespoon onto my pack, and then I dip my fingers in that and I put it underneath my eyes. I dip my fingers again. I put it on my eyelids and in my eyebrows. It promotes hair growth. So it's helping with my eyelashes and my eyebrows. And then I'll dip my fingers in and I'll put it right here on that wobbly bit, part of your arm, the crinkly, wrinkly bit. I'll put it right there because why not? And then I'll put the pack on. It promotes sleep. It helps with circulation. It alleviates joint pain. It helps with lymphatic drainage. There really is so much good that comes from a castor oil pack. And I'll tell you, I can hardly recommend it enough. Now, taking it internally has been quite popular, but as an adult, I don't remember being given castor oil as a youngster, but as an adult, I haven't taken it internally. I don't right now feel like I need to. If you have, why don't you go ahead and put your experience in the comments below so we can learn from you. The oil itself is very, very thick, so it's hydrating and very occlusive. So if you have an area on your body where maybe you have some dry skin patches or flaky skin, you might want to try it on there. And here's something interesting, and I'm going to try this. I'll let you guys know how it works out. I saw a video from a doctor who really focuses on natural remedies. She had had some issues with varicose veins and had good results from putting a castor oil pack on that varicose vein area because it really does help with circulation. Now, one of the things that I've noticed, I don't have an issue with varicose veins until like 4 months ago. And one popped out right on the front of my left thigh. And I thought, well, you know what? I'm 67 and a half. It's probably about time. So I wasn't really that concerned about it. But when I saw that video, I thought, oh my gosh, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting this on that area on my leg with some castor oil on it to see if it really softens the look of that varicose vein or what happens with it. And I'll keep you guys posted on that. One of the things that I find really, really interesting about when I use this, and I put it around my midsection and I go to sleep, it seems as though to me, my entire body, at least my trunk and torso area around the pack, seems to get moisturized and hydrated from me using it. And I can't figure out how that happens. I'm wondering if it absorbs into my skin and then travels or what. If you've used a castor oil pack and you've had that experience, put it in the comments down below so we can learn from you. I find that really, really curious. So absolutely love this. You can get the castor oil and the castor oil pack right off of Amazon. Super, super easy. And it really is an important part of my life, and particularly because my body loves it so much and I sleep so much better. Well, those are 3 or maybe 4 things that I have added to my healthy living routine that I feel really, really make a difference, not only in my feeling of fitness, my increased energy, my increased sense of well-being, the fact that I don't have any aches and pains, nothing's not working, and I feel better than I did when I was in my 40s, which to me is so shocking. I don't know how I thought I would feel when I was close to 70, but this was not it. I did not think I would feel this good. Anywho, I hope you found this information fun, useful, and helpful. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. You guys know it just means the world to me when you take a few minutes out of your day to spend it with me. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. Again, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything beauty, fitness, and lifestyle for the over 50 and over 60 woman. Make it a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.